CW's Crisis on Infinite Earths ended a few weeks ago, and it gives us fans plethora of Easter eggs, cameos, and more answers to DC's countless Earths. Appearances from Titans, Burt Ward, Smallville, and even Ezra Miller himself made an appearance. Today I'm going to talk about the main crossovers that CW produced on the small screen, except for the two Flash and Supergirl crossovers. This is Ray from Greeks Reviews, and here is my ranking of CW's crossovers from worst to best.
I would like to propose a toast. It's really great to see everyone. I wish it wasn't just the dark times that brought us together.
The man you're looking for is Vandal Savage.
Who is he? An immortal.
This is a cycle that has played out for the last 4,000 years.
We're chasing down an immortal madman on a rampage against a reincarnated warrior priestess.
Kicking things off, I would put Heroes Join Forces at the bottom of the list. To me, the event did not feel like an actual crossover, more like a standalone episode. Outside of Barry going back in time, there were no intensity or no iconic moments. The Hawks design were pretty dull and uninspiring, and they could have been written a little bit better. Granted, the crossover was supposed to be the backdrop pilot of Legends of Tomorrow, but none of the elements introduced in the crossover was a major plot point, outside of the obvious connections between Carter, Shayera, and Vandal Savage. Lastly, Vandal Savage. He looked the part, but that was not Vandal Savage in my eyes.
Some people, they're just born lucky.
Barry, are you okay?
And that twist of fate makes them better.
I'm Oliver Queen. I'm Barry.
Barry, did you time travel again?
No, I didn't.
Sorry, I was talking to Barry.
I am Barry.
Something is wrong with reality.
Everyone thinks we're each other.
Reshape the world as you see fit.
You did this to us. You can undo it. Why would I want to? A crisis is coming.
We need to start acting like each other.
Up next is Elseworlds. This one was pretty difficult because I actually enjoyed every crossover except for Heroes Join Forces. Yes, also including the two Flash and Supergirl crossover. They were fun and cheesy. I like cheesy. I put Elseworlds close to the bottom because I have problems with the events itself, such as why is it just Oliver and Barry whose lives were switched. Another will be why is Superman of Earth 38 restoring Earth 1 back to its former self when he has never been in that dimension. Lastly, why is there little Batwoman in it? I really thought that the crossover will be about Batwoman, but when she was revealed to be part of the Elseworlds, but she was there probably 5 minutes tops. 1 minute as Batwoman and the rest as Kate Kane. Though there were things that I really did enjoy, such as seeing John Wesley Shipp back as Flash of Earth 90. Even though I never really watched it myself, it was pretty amazing to see a classic back. The story itself was also decent. It aligned with everything that both Barry and Oliver were going through. Okay. You got me. The real reason why this crossover sucked was because they used Smallville theme song when they included Supergirl into it. I'm just kidding.
Every punch you've thrown, every kick you've landed, they have all led you here to this moment, to the ultimate fight.
Who am I fighting?
A being who stands against all there ever was or will be. The apocalypse itself, the AntiMonitor.
Up next is Crisis on Infinite Earths. Outside of the build-up and Oliver's sacrifice, this crossover was kind of mediocre. They focused on cramming so many iconic references and cameos that the story was left to go on its own. The last two episodes really were the main focal point of the story, to be honest. The CGI wasn't great either, and I say this because the only one that had good CGI was Arrow's Season 8 premiere, when the antimatter wave hit Earth 2. The Flash and Supergirl both suffered terrible CGI for a bunch of shows that are heavy on CGI. Lastly, what was the point of Ryan Choi? All he did was punch some evil Dementors. Anyway, the event itself was still pretty good. The story was fascinating. I really liked how they managed to retell the story in a modern fashion without really using the Guardians of the Universe nor Krona. They managed to modernize the story and humanize the Monitor, though I did have some iffy feeling about that, like why do they have to humanize him? Overall, I enjoyed it. The Spectre vs AntiMonitor was cool, even though it was literally the ending of Avatar: The Last Airbender. The final battle itself could be a bit better, but overall it was fun. It was nice seeing everyone fighting alongside one another. Speaking of fun, seeing Brandon Routh back as Superman was awesome to see. He looked great every time he was on screen. Also, I was kind of upset that we did not get most of the legends back this year, but they do have a completely different tone compared to the rest of the CW shows.
What's that for?
We're here to train.
What? Like Rocky?
You shot me? I heard you heal fast. We'll help you catch a bad guy. The one who robbed the bank.
Metahuman.
I'm not calling him that.
Partners?
On to the third spot, we have Flash vs. Arrow / Brave and the Bold, the crossovers that started it all. Yes, I did put this one higher because it was pretty awesome to watch. It had a fun dynamic between the two shows and the two characters because they both have two different themes and tones. It shows how different they can both be. It was also amazing to see the classic writing as well. We see an inexperienced Flash fighting crime while Oliver is more ruthless and less humane with his tactics. Also, it finally puts the question to the test: who would win in a fight? Barry, who can outpace his opponents, or Oliver, who has a strategy for every encounter? Of course, the outcome of the fight was later revealed with Barry with the victor, but Ollie claimed that no one was there to have a solid evidence.
There's a 53rd Earth called Earth X. Basically, our Earth, with one difference. The Nazis won the war.
I hate Nazis.
They have a weapon. A doomsday weapon.
Everyone you care about, everyone you love, they're going to die.
We're gonna have to fight our way through.
You can't fight your way through an army of Nazis alone.
Who needs an army when you got legends?
On to the number 2 spot, we have Crisis on Earth X. It truly had everything what I wanted from an invasion. It had the wedding of Barry and Iris after 2 seasons before everything went wrong. It also has way more Supergirl stuff in it. Even though it was just Alex who interacted mainly with the rest of the Arrowverse, they still managed to include Wynn and James, or at this point Guardian, for a little while. But the interactions between Alex and Sarah were the best parts. It also featured more legends. They had a fantastic send-off for Victor Garber by giving him a heroic death. Though I am kind of disappointed with the other Firestorm Matrix, Franz Dramé. I think I said that wrong. The quips and the jokes in the event were also on point. They were all great and hilarious. The final battle between them were also amazing. From slow-mo fight between Barry and Eobard to the Wave Riders dogfight. This is why I want more legends in the crossover events.
Something's coming.
Guys. Aliens!
On to number 1 spot, we have Invasion. Yes, the very first main crossover event that's not Brave and the Bold or Flash vs. Arrow. Anyway, now this was a crossover. It truly felt like an actual team up. The only real downside was the lack of Supergirl material. She was a fun inclusion to, in my opinion. The entire event itself felt what was close to a Justice League team up than anything else. It's just a lot of my favorite things. The CGI was amazing, the big fight against the Dominators were amazing, the threat was there, the problem was there, the transformation of the metal ball to water was amazingly done. All in all, I would just say Invasion was just overall fun, overall amazing. And we also get to see the after effects of Flashpoint caused by Barry Allen. To wrap things up, I'm gonna give you guys a rundown of my list. So at number 6, at the very bottom, we have Heroes Join Forces. Number 5, we have Elseworlds. Number 4, we have Crisis on Infinite Earths. Number 3 is the very first crossover, Flash vs. Arrow / Brave and the Bold. And number 2, we have Crisis on Earth X. And then number 1, the very best, my personal favorite, Invasion. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of my personal list. What about you guys? How would you guys rank the CW's crossover events? Anyway, my name is Ray and this is Greeks Reviews. You can catch us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter and other social media websites. And you can also follow us down below by clicking that subscribe button and sharing us to your friends and liking our video. Helps us a lot, and thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. Goodbye.